Yeah.
And I don't like when Adam Sandler does that.
Yeah, that's called lazy writing. But yeah, she was like the most likable
character. Just kind of skipping over.
I'd like to see more of her, honestly. She had the most decent character. She wasn't over the top. She was likable, so she was really decent. She kind of reminded me of.
All hope for That's My Boy too.
Oh God, I hope not.
Oh God.
This movie has been canceled due to stupid reasons. Huh?
This movie cost over $70 million and only grossed 57. So no way that's happening. Unless they can cough up another $20 million.
Alright, I give this movie a 2 out of 10. It's lucky you didn't go to 1 because at least it was trying to be funny.
I can never. I feel kind of divided because I have a motto about saying yes, even if I haven't seen even if a film is terrible, I should at least see it just to get an understanding of what it is.
Yeah, that's why I said it was 10.
An experience is an experience, and it's about who you are that define about that experience and whether or not it can change you. I don't feel this movie could change me. It's not going to turn me into Adam Sandler's Donnie character. It's not going to make me hate women. It's not going to make me want to go do horrible things.
Mm-hmm.
However, that being said, I will watch this film in all its horror and despicableness just to see what the hell is going on with it.
But you should have called this movie Despicable Me.
Yeah, who the hell?
Singer.
Huh?
Singer.
Zing.
But no, I kind of felt guilty because even the scenes that were offensive, I did get a little chuckle out of. Like, the secret tickle time, I did get one chuckle, but I felt guilty. It was just like the way it was said.
Say it that
Is it the name or the fact of it? I bet you it's just the name.
I think it's just the way they put it.
The name of it
Yeah.
what got me to chuckle. It's like, it's so stupid as crap. It's like,
I think the funniest part of that scene has to be Adam Sandler's character's reaction. And also, he does actually throw up a couple times.
Yeah.
But, one of my favorite parts about this movie has to be that Donnie always has a beer. No matter where it is, he's on the ledge of a building, and he has a beer bottle in his sock, ready to drink. And it's just, I think it's hilarious that he always has it ready, and even when he needs to stop someone, he gets them over the head.
Oh, yeah.
So he's always prepared, and I just think that's hilarious.
In a preschool, he has a beer. In the church, he has a beer.
In jail?
In some alternate dimension where beer is illegal, he has a beer.
I think there should be a Sandler movie which crosses over with all Sandler movies, and that would be really hilarious. Like, Donnie...
Or to have characters from other ones.
Well, no, it'd be like Donnie from That's My Boy gets the click remote, and he ends up in the reality of grown-ups. And then, like, you see Billy Madison trying to be part of the family as well. I don't know, it's just an idea. It should cross over with all...
We already tried to do a movie in which Adam Sandler could be in two places at once, and it was called Jack and Jill.
We'll get to that another time, but right now we gotta talk about Hotel Transylvania.
Okay.
Honestly, I was not thrilled about...
Transylvania!
I think they should all talk like this for the entire review of it.
Honestly, I was not thrilled about seeing this. To me, it just looked like every other children's film. I'm like, I'm not going to review a children's film. And then my dad made me sit down and watch it. It's like, oh, it has Adam Sandler. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. And it wasn't the funniest, and it wasn't the greatest story. It was cliche. It was dumb. But I did get some laughs out of it. It wasn't as bad as That's My Boy, but it was cliche.
I don't think even That's My Boy comes even close to the Hotel Transylvania.
Well, no, I didn't like both of them.
They're complete opposites.
Well, yeah, they were complete opposites, but like I'm saying, I didn't like it as much. I didn't hate it as much as That's My Boy. That's what I was trying to say.
I think what I do like about this one, they really should have showed more in the trailer. Is that it's again one of those Adam Sandler movies where every single one of his friends is in it, and not just his friends, but some stars like Fran Drescher,
CeeLo Green.
I mean, that's just pretty funny that they would be in it.
And I usually despise Selena Gomez because I'm against all the Disney shitcoms of his. Of course.
Honestly, I do like Miley Cyrus. I did say this to Cody earlier. I do have a guilty pleasure for Miley Cyrus.
Yep.
Guilty character, you shouldn't be calling that on again.
I have a lot of guilty pleasures. I like the Mario Brothers movie. I like Catwoman.
Guilty pleasures.
Guilty has a few.
Guilty pleasures. You will not believe your eyes.
See, Sam, you should watch more Channel Awesome. You would get into these jokes.
Yeah, but going back to what I haven't seen the movie, but I will give my opinion on the trailer. What I saw so far. What I see with because I've seen some clips of it. Because I was really skeptical about watching this movie, and if you guys want to tell me if I should watch this movie, just be free. And one question: should I watch this movie?
Yes.
Yes.
If you want
One
to.
of those Adam Sandler ones that, like, you may not want to watch it, kind of like That's My Boy. You may not want to watch it, but it's an Adam Sandler movie, and you kind of have to watch it.
Okay, good.
And also, the jokes in it are not really kiddish. They're just more kid-friendly, that if a kid heard it, he wouldn't be scarred, or the parents wouldn't have to explain anything like sex jokes.
Oh, no, my favorite joke is when the fleas are having sex and he just walks in and it's like, oh, sorry, you didn't mean to walk in on you. Just close the door.
And then they pop up, the fleas pop up later. We should have honeymooned it.
That's the funny
thing about just imagining that whole entire thing immediately, and just these very small things. You think they're mindless, and then you discover that they're married.
But one of the things
you're laughing right now.
But one of the things about when I watched the trailer, I watched like one or two clips of the movie. What I have to say about it is, it's okay so far. I haven't seen the movie, so take that as a grain of salt. I will say there was a few jokes that got a laugh out of me through all the clips and everything I saw. In the trailer, there was a scene where Dracula was hypnotizing the boyfriend or whatever it is. I'm not going to say his name, but the guy's like, I'm just going to call him freaking Hobie. So he tries to hypnotize freaking Homie, and he's like, oh, what about my hypnotizing rays? Did that work? He's like, no, it must have been the context or something. And that actually got him to laugh at me, because he peels him off and Dracula's like, ugh, that's disgusting. That actually got him a pretty big old laugh out of me, because it was actually funny. And then there was one joke. It was the scene where there was Dracula, Mummy, a werewolf, and they were all driving a car or something, and there's like a big pile of sheep, and then the wolf starts eating the sheep. and then afterwards, they just look at me like, what? It's lamb chops. I actually bust out.
Again, that's one of the few times that Steve Buscemi is not like a wimpy guy.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed for one thing, because they had CeeLo Green. I was hoping they had the rest of the voice cast. This is only a little nitpick that I wanted it, because I'm a huge voice fan. I was like, oh man, if they can bring Christina Aguilera and Blake Shelton and Adam Levine in this, and I was like, oh, they didn't bring them in, so I was kind of disappointed with that. Another thing is, I don't think kids' movies should force a relationship onto, like, someone who's, like, 5 years old, because because when I was a kid, I was boy crazy too young. Like, I was influenced by the Sailor Moon and Bratz. They all had boyfriends, and I think it kind of ruined me, because when I was in kindergarten, I tried to find a boyfriend, and everyone thought I was the weird kid because of this. And kid shows are making it more and more obvious that relationships do happen. I don't care if it's a friendly relationship, but there's too many romantic relationships when it comes to kid films, especially in Disney.
Every Disney Channel sitcom and every Nickelodeon sitcom pushes it onto them. And
Yeah.
It really is just sad.
Best thing in the world. Not because it's sexual, but because, wow, you're special now. It's a special thing. It's special.
Mm-hmm.
They're sort of marketing that special quality.
Well, not only that, but it's not really telling the consequences of a relationship, to be honest.
Yeah, they don't explore that. I think things like American Dad explores it more deeply than that, and that's between Haley and Jeff.
I don't watch it, so. But, I don't think it really should be forced because there are a lot of consequences in relationships that a child will not understand. Like, for example, getting
or just
pregnant.
the general idea of a relationship.
Yeah, and like sometimes the guy will find other girls while he's seeing a girl. I mean, that's really hard to explain to a kid, you know?
But he can't because they zinged.
Oh, and that was like the most stupid idea. Like,
That's one of the things that if I heard someone say that was in the movie, it would have kind of diminished my want to watch the movie. I didn't want to watch it because my dad put it on.
It only works because Adam Sandler says it. It only works.
yeah. For me, I just found it boring, to be honest. I give it a 4 out of 10.
Not really for me, mainly because I'm a big animation fan, and I found that the 3D Dracula is the most flexible and animated creature in the entire film. You see his spaghetti arms flailing about all the time. He's always putting himself into either fetal positions or going or crouching over something. And they also use the way to just demonstrate his speed very, very quickly. I mean, this is where Twilight should be taking notes. This is how a fucking vampire should be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing I love. If you watch this movie, there's a scene where he's on an airplane, and then he's watching Twilight, and it's just so funny how they put Twilight into that.
Oh, yeah, that got it.
It's beautiful being a vampire. This is how we're represented in today's culture.
Exactly.
But yeah, other than that, it was cliche, it was boring, it was lame. I mean, I got a few laughs, but it wasn't like grown-ups where I was like rolling on the floor.
I do like me being a horror movie fan of the old Universal monsters. I found some of the jokes funny, like David Spade being the Invisible Man, and how some of the jokes that they made, like how he has red hair, and how it's just known that.
Oh my god, I
Some
forgot.
of the jokes are pretty fun. And then the Bride of Frankenstein being Fran Drescher, and how she's nagging him.
I forgot. Another favorite scene of mine is where the boy keeps putting his hand through the skeleton, and it's like, don't touch my wife like that. Just because it was adult.
I think kids just look like, well, okay, then you touched her. You're not allowed to touch a girl. You're not allowed to touch a girl. They want
That's the adult humor. I only like the adult humor.
One of the jokes that I feel like a kid would think it's funny. He wouldn't know why or a kid wouldn't know why it's funny, but they would think it's funny. Well, the parents also think it's funny. So again, that's what I feel a good family joke is.
I don't know.
See in other movies other than Adam Sandler.
I don't know. Like, I know some kids that don't even know what touching a woman feels like. So, yeah, there'd be some kids like saying, "Mom, why can't I touch a woman like that?" So, well, honey,
I've never heard
there
a
is some.
kid say that.
Well, honey, there is something called sexuality.
Well, it's sort of like nowadays culture. We are exposing children to really sexual content, and times are changing. There were a lot of teenage boys and teenage girls that were in a relationship, and also not only that, it moved all the way to 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
4th grade. And it's
that
changed so much throughout this whole entire culture, from being just so humble and so all this other stuff, and then we change it to one big step backwards and saying, oh, kids are having relationships at 4th grade, and then 2 years later they have a baby.
Yeah.
That's sort of something I don't understand. It must have been